Hello and welcome to this channel. My name is Thomas and this is the first training vlog that I've ever done. So hopefully you will enjoy it, and it's actually mostly because I want to track my progress and be able to look back on my form and stuff like that. But today was deadlifts, and we started off with 3 singles. One at 90%, then another at 95%, and the third one at 100% of my training max, which is not a true max, but more like 90% of my true max. So the first single we did was at 145 kilograms, and the second one that I'm doing right now is 152 kilograms. Or 52.5 to be exact, and went up well. I will talk a little bit more about my programming later on in this video and in future vlogs as well. But this is what my training max for this cycle, which is 160 kilograms, and I think it went up pretty smoothly. The only issue that I noticed doing this rep was my grip. And as you can see, I wasn't able to hold the bar at the top for as long as I would have wanted, but I didn't drop it at least. And I think that would have been meet legal probably. But I felt the bar starting to slip a little bit at the top. And I don't know if that's due to my lack of grip strength or if it was because of the bar, because it's pretty slippery. It's not very harsh knurling on this one. So for the next training max that I attempt, I think I will put some chalk on. See if that helps. Otherwise, we'll have to start working on that grip strength. We followed up the singles with some back off sets, and we did 3 sets of 5 with 80% of that training max. And to get into the programming a bit more, this is the 3rd week of this training cycle. On the first week, we do 5 reps at 80%, and then 3 reps at 85%, and then a single at 90% of my training max. And we follow that up with back off work at 80% of that day's top single. On the second week, we do 85% for 5 reps, and then 90% for 3 reps, and then 95% for a top single. And same thing there, we do the back off sets based off of that day's top single and 80% of that. And for this 3rd week, as you could see, we only did singles, but we did that at 90%, 95%, and then at last 100% of my training max. And next week I will do a deload and follow that up with a new training cycle where I will bump up my training max probably about 5 kilograms, perhaps a bit more because it felt pretty easy. And we'll restart that entire thing. As you can see on these back off sets, I'm also using straps, which I was not using for my top singles. And the reason why I like to use straps for the back off sets is because it actually allows me to recover a bit better, I feel like. And yeah, makes my hands not as sore the next day. Don't feel as fatigued from doing these as I would just using my bare hands. But we'll see if my grip strength turns out to be a limiting factor for my deadlifts. I might have to drop the straps for those back off sets as well, or do some very grip specific training. but we'll see. We followed the deadlifts up with some front squats, and we did 5 sets of 5 at 100 kilograms or 220 pounds. And these felt pretty good today. Actually felt better than the last 2 weeks I've done them, even though I'm using more weight this week. So that's a good sign. And I don't actually base my front squat weight off of any percentage. I just start off with a weight that felt relatively heavy, but not too challenging. And then I do a sort of linear progression from there where I add 2.5 kilos each week. And we'll see how long I'll be able to do that for. Doing linear progression has a tendency to stall pretty quickly, but it's worked pretty good so far. And I think I will be able to add 2.5 kilos next time, judging from the look of these sets, because they went up really smoothly. And yeah, we'll see how long we'll be able to do that for. I also experimented a bit with my stance on these last 2 sets. I started off with a bit wider stance, and then I narrowed it slightly for these last 2 sets. And it actually felt slightly better doing a narrow stance for the front squats, which is kind of interesting because I prefer a wider stance for my back squats. But maybe it has to do with how the weight is leveraged over my body or whatever, I don't know. But it felt a bit better doing a narrower stance on the front squats, especially for the hips. I should also mention that I train twice a day, 4 days a week. So that's 8 total training sessions weekly. And the reason why I do that is because I want to do my assistant's work fresh, or as fresh as you can get, waiting like 6 to 8 hours in between sessions. So I do my heavy lifting in the mornings and my assistant's work in the afternoon or evening. But I'm not sure if I'm gonna be able to actually film those afternoon training sessions because the gym is usually a bit more crowded then. On the other hand, I don't know how fun they would be to watch either. But on today's afternoon session, I will be doing good mornings, 5 sets of 10. And I will follow that up with some hamstring curls, probably 2 or 3 sets, and some hyperextensions, 2 or 3 sets. But yeah, I think that's it for today. And I want to thank you so much for watching. Hope you've enjoyed it. And I'll see you in the next training vlog.